Patrick Cook here. So welcome back to session 39 of our Mastering Mandelbulb3D Formula tutorial series. Now in the last couple sessions we were building a Mandelbulb scene. By the way, when I refer to a scene, I'm talking about the combined visual look that I have on in my main window. So a scene for me could be one formula rendered, or it could be multiple. It could be multiple and alternate. It could be two formulas and interpolate. That's a scene. For me, that's a scene. Now, so I have a scene now that is kind of interesting. I want to do a little bit more with it. It's for me, it's a little bit too bland. Let's knock this iteration count down to 1 on the BT1 Pine. Let's go over to our amazing box. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. All right. So this is a scene that I have. I don't really know what I can do with this. Again, if I wanted to do an animation here, if I wanted to use this scene for an animation, I would be a little concerned that I would be able to get the detail of these very small little objects here. I'm not really sure if I would get sufficient detail. All right. So I'd be hesitant to use this for an animation. I think that it would be too noisy. All this subtle little detail would be washed out pretty bad. But I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can ferret that out and prove whether or not the detail could hold up. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up the navigator. Okay, and let's make it so you can see the navigator. Okay, there we go. All right, so I brought my parameters in. We're not talking about the navigator here. I talked about the navigator in tutorial series number 1, where we were building an animation. If you want pretty good insights on the navigator, refer to tutorial series number 1. We're not here to talk about the navigator. We're here to talk about formulas. So here I brought my scene into the navigator. Now, what I want to know here is whether or not the detail will hold up. I'm not here in the navigator to modify the properties. I'm here to use it to basically go into the scene hard and see whether or not the detail can hold up in an animation or a still. Keep in mind, if still, I could render this thing out so that it is 9,000 by 9,000 pixels. Nowadays, there's nothing stopping me from doing that. I could do 50,000 by 50,000. I could even get that printed out with enough money. So let's use the navigator here and see if we can tear into this thing and see if it will hold up in the detail. A couple ways I can do this now. I can do it with the zoom right in here. All right, or I could do it by walking in. Let's try walking in. All right, so I've just walked in. I'm walking into the fractal scene now. Oh, that's the zoom playing with. That's the automatic zoom playing with me. Okay, here we go. This is good. All right, now I'm gonna click my left mouse button and navigate. Click the left mouse button again. Now, I'm going to push that back to main, because in main, I get the full resolution. view to main, recalculate. I want to know whether or not the detail holds in this very organic looking Mandelbulb3D Scene. I'm not liking what I see here. I'm going to go back to, let's go back to my navigator, and I'm going to turn off the automatic zoom down here, and I am going to zoom in manually. There we go. You see? Oh, okay, good. Too far. Okay, they're right there. Now I'm going to push that back to main, and I'm going to recalculate. Okay, you can see it. The navigator's covering some of this, but you can see it. Yeah. All right, so my conclusion is this. With the BT, all right, let me turn off the navigator here. We don't need that. With the BT Pine and the amazing box, I'm getting an interesting Mandelbulb scene in alternate hybrid mode, but I believe that the detail is too muddled. I don't seem to be able to really pull the detail out. And so in my final scene, I believe that these nodes here are going to, they're not going to have the detail that I want. So I don't believe that this is I don't believe that this will make a good still. Primarily because it has so much little detail in it that I don't feel that I would be able to render out the still at a good enough resolution where the scene would be crisp and sharp. And I absolutely do not feel that this would be a good animation scene because, again, I would get too much noise in the scene. But this is how you do it. This is how you do it. I don't know of any other way. Well, I do know of a way. You can go get somebody else's Mandelbulb formula configuration and play with that. You could do it that way. And build on theirs or modify theirs. We're going to do that too in soon. We're going to do that because that is an option. There is nothing wrong with going and getting somebody else's work and modifying it to make it your own. Okay? What I'm doing here is I'm going down the path of, can we build a Mandelbulb scene on our own from scratch, and what is the thought process, at least that I go through as I build the scene. All right? So I got another minute or two left in this session, so let's do this. We're going to basically scrap this. I'm going to go to formula number 1, and I'm going to turn off BT Pine. I'm going to render it. Okay, now that's rendering the amazing box only. And this is a good opportunity to show you how you deal with this. It looks like I got a better idea. We're going to end this session right here, and we're going to start the next session. And I'm going to talk about this problem here and why we're seeing this and what to do about it. All right, and I believe that that would be valuable information for you because you're going to run into this a lot. What's happened here is that the camera is buried in the fractal. What do we do about it? Come on back to the next session, we'll talk about it. I'll see you there.